Everyone, and welcome back to Woo Woo Wednesday, where I share my weekly wisdom and intuitive insight with you through the use of Oracle and Tarot cards. I'm Brit Carmichael, founder of Shine School and the Shine from the Inside Oracle, which I will be drawing 3 cards from today. We are getting so close to the production. It's upside down. Interesting. Step out of your comfort zone. We are getting so close to the production of this deck. I am literally every day, fingers crossed, waiting for the physical proof to come in the mail so that I can approve the production and the printing process, and then we can get it in your hands. We are so close. So thank you so much for everyone's support on this journey of creating this Oracle deck. I just had a 3-hour business meeting with my assistant, and we came up with a huge plan on how do we get this Oracle deck into the world. And one of the things that we've been talking about is actually going on Oracle tour, like a book tour where we go around and do the goddess gatherings that I do every full moon in big cities, and also launch the Oracle deck during that time. So we're getting really excited about what's in store for the promotional phase of the birth of this Oracle deck. So I'm just super, super jazzed to finally be able to bring this deck to you in person so you can pull cards from the Self-Love Oracle so that you can receive the wisdom that you need to feel empowered, to feel courageous, and to feel confident to go after your wild and crazy dreams, because that's exactly what this Oracle deck is. It's like female empowerment packaged in a unique woo-woo way, because I love reading tarot and Oracle. So I wanted to bring both of my favorite things together, women empowerment and woo-woo, and together was born the Shine from the Inside Oracle. And here's the thing, I just created the Shine from the Inside Oracle website. So now I personally own shinefromtheinsideoracle.com. And guess what else was birthed today? Shine from the Inside Oracle on Instagram. So if you could do me a huge favor and follow Shine from the Inside Oracle, because we're going to be starting a brand new account to count down the launch of this amazing Oracle deck. So do me a favor and follow Shine from the Inside Oracle and tell your soul sisters, because this little show is happening soon and I am just so excited. So thank you so much for being a huge support system. Thank you for reaching out with all your questions and sharing it with your friends. It's so amazing. Thank you for joining the wait list so that you're the first to know. I already now know, with over 500 people on the wait list, I know that the first order of decks needs to be bigger than what I was planning on. So thank you so much for signing up for the wait list. If you want to go ahead and be the first to know when this Oracle deck is launching, you can go to BritneyCarmichael.com/oracle to join the wait list. All right, I've actually hired a graphic designer for the first time ever, and she's going to help me create the beautiful sales page for the Oracle. So you'll actually be able to go onto the sales page and click on the cards and pull a card for yourself from my actual deck. So it's going to be like next level. I've never hired a graphic designer. I've always built all the sales pages, the opt-ins, the downloads. Everything you've gotten from me has been from me. So this is a really exciting time of change for me and my business as well. Okay, for some reason the Facebook comments don't pop up until I comment, so I'll put my little comment. Yay, Sharon's here. It was so great. Sharon came in and helped me organize all of my thoughts and my ideas behind the scenes. I've got a little Work With Me Wednesday happening on my Instagram stories so that you guys can see what it looks like behind the scenes of Britney Carmichael Empire. You know, on Kajabi, we just hit $100,000 in sales, and it's really awesome to celebrate not the money milestone, but the fact that that many women have been reached, that many women are now shining from the inside, or having the courage to go after their dreams. That's what that number represents to me. Not some imaginary paper, but how many women's lives I've helped to transform because I had a dream. I had this intuitive nudge to build a brand and to start a website and to start these videos and start reading tarot, and who would have guessed that I would be here today? So first of all, thank you so much for your support, for your love. It's been 6 years since I decided to step out from behind the chair as a successful hairdresser and start this online adventure. So thank you so much for being a big part of that. So with all of that being said, all of the announcements, the Shine from the Inside Oracle is like, oh, I feel like I'm crowning. I feel like I'm about to birth this baby, I decided it would be appropriate to pull 3 cards this week to tune into what message do we need to pay attention to this week? What area of self-care or self-love have we been neglecting that we need to bring greater focus on? And we're about to move into Scorpio, and with that means that we need to pay attention to the fears that are stopping us from going after our big dreams, the negative stories that we're telling ourselves that say you aren't good enough or it's not possible. You know, it's really interesting to be here now. I've created 2 6-figure businesses, and it's amazing how much criticism that I receive going, ooh, there's our first card with the word criticism. We'll see what comes up. You know, how much doubt that I've received, not only like from my own self, but my family, my parents, everyone except for my partner. So I'm so thankful to have that person. Oh, there's our other 2 cards. I'm so thankful to have that person in my life. So I want to ask you, who is that support person for you in your life? Who do you go to lean on with your ideas and your wild intuitive nudges so that you have that feedback of honest and genuine support? Because that is literally why I created the Shine Tribe Sisterhood. I needed that kind of support in the spiritual woo-woo world, because I realized, like, not a lot of people are having the conversations that I was trying to have. And now, 6-7 years later, it's a whole different ballgame, and it's so beautiful to see so many light workers waking up. So I just am, oh my gosh, do you know what I just realized? Like, my headphones are, can you guys hear me? I've been talking. Okay, I'll unplug the headphones. Could you guys hear me the whole time? Am I just that loud as a hairdresser? Let me know. Could you guys hear me okay? That's crazy. I just got off a tarot reading, a personal private reading, so I always plug in the headphones so that I'm not distracted by this cat back here. And speaking of, let me just tuck him in really quick. Come on. Come on. You're letting everyone know you're here, that you're here, and you're excited. Okay. Okay, anyone like real life problems? I got on the tarot reading with my client, and her kid's going crazy in the background. I'm like, this is just life. This is what it's like. You just have to adapt. Elizabeth says, yes, we can hear you. Okay, well, crazy. I'm glad that you got, that must be a good speaker. So I'm gonna dive in. If you know a soul sister who would love this message, then tag them in the comments below. All right, let's get started. First card for the week. Oh my gosh, if this gonna be more perfect. This one says, believe in yourself. Unleash your inner unicorn. So this is a card about having courage to go after your wild and crazy dreams. You are here for a reason. You have this unique, authentic light to shine. And this card is a reminder that there is no one else out there like you. So whatever you're feeling intuitively called to do, to say, to create, this is meant for you. Like, you are meant to birth those creative ideas that keep coming up and you keep pushing away, or you keep ignoring. And maybe that first sign of that creative, intuitive nudge is to eliminate something, but you've been ignoring it. One of the things that came up during the reading was like eliminating soda. There's so many things that we are being intuitively nudged and guided towards that we just, oh no, that's not that big of a deal. Oh no, that's not that big of a deal. Well, just last week, I found myself on someone's Instagram page that I haven't seen in like 10 years. We went to high school together, and I scrolled past her page and I had this fleeting thought, this intuitive thought, like, oh, I wonder why she has a semicolon tattoo. I should send her my semicolon necklaces that someone on Instagram randomly sent me to post about. And then it just didn't work out. So I have these random necklaces sitting in a drawer. Well, I didn't think anything about it. I just let that fleeting thought go. And that night I was woken up from a dream around 3 a.m. You know how that works. I was woken up and there was this like spirit team on the other side saying, you have to give her these necklaces. You have to give her these necklaces. So I woke up and I thought, okay, that's the second time I've thought about giving this person I haven't seen in 10 years these necklaces. And honestly, today is the day she might receive them. So she may end up tuning into this video and being a part of this magical story. So I reached out to someone who I knew had their address, and I said, this is weird, but I was told multiple times that I need to send this necklace. Well, it turns out that the semicolon tattoos that they got were representation of suicide prevention awareness. And it's a really tough topic when you have a loved one commit suicide. And that was a clear, like, ding for me. Like, that's what it was. Like, not only did her brother pass, but her father passed last year and her mother passed when she was younger. That was 3 people. And I had 3 necklaces with the semicolon. So it just seemed very symbolic that there were 3 people on the other side that were very close to her that woke me up and said, you have to give these necklaces to her. And so I just felt like sharing that with you guys, because sometimes our gentle nudges are extremely random and they seemingly make no sense. But if they keep repeating, if you get woken up, or if you keep getting that intuitive nudge that feels so weird, you're like, why is this happening? Then it's it's like a serious reminder, like, this is something that is meant to be explored or shared with someone. So I just wanted to let you guys know that your intuitive nudges, like, sometimes don't make sense, but they end up aligning perfectly with your dream. So it's so important to follow through with whatever that nudge may be. About to go to bed, glad to catch woo woo, 11:30 p.m. in Scotland. Oh, thank you so much for joining. I know it's later than usual. I was on a private tarot reading before this. Deidre's here, yay. Okay, so unleash yourself, or unleash your inner unicorn and believe in yourself. What would you do? Answer this for me in the comments below. What would you do if you 100% believed in yourself and you took courageous action towards that intuitive nudge that keeps coming up for you? What action would you take? Let me know in the comments below. All right, the second card that comes up, man, I keep getting this card a lot this week. Practice feng shui, declutter or decorate your space. I think I actually changed the words on the card to create a sacred space. So what do you guys think of that? I felt like when you create a sacred space, we know we need to declutter and decorate and make it feel wonderful, because we need to have that retreat space. We need to have a place where we feel safe, that we can go and practice our woo-woo rituals and journal and pull our tarot cards and, like, light a candle and do some meditation. And we need to know that we have that safe space. And honestly, I find that our physical environment is a reflection of our mental environment. So if we're crowded with overthinking and we have too many thoughts and we're scatterbrained, a lot of the time our workspace it's like cluttered. There's like tons of to-do sticky notes everywhere. There's piles of paper or letters that need to be sorted. So I find it really interesting that what we see in our physical home environment is typically a reflection of what's going on. If we feel like, if our house is dirty, it shows that we have, like, a lack of self-worth because we don't value the way that our things are being upheld, or, like, the cleanliness of certain things. So it's really important to tune into, what does my external environment reflect back to me? What is it showing me? And I was reading about feng shui this weekend because this is crazy, 2 people with feng shui podcasts reached out to me this week to be on their podcast. And I kept pulling this card when I was writing the copy for the sales page. This card kept showing up, like, I want to be on the sales page. So I don't know why it's so powerful, but really, I started looking into the principles of feng shui, and everyone cares about creating success, right, and abundance. So they lay these maps and these grids out, and in the top left or the back left corner of your home is your success category. So I started, like, looking at my home, like, okay, what is the back left corner of my home? Well, it's my bedroom. So what does our bedroom reflect? Does it show that, like, when we're creating an intimate time, is it conducive of, like, a romantic, connected experience? Like, do I feel comfortable and loved in my bedroom? Is it cluttered? Are there clothes everywhere, like folded clothes that are not even folded clothes in the corner on a chair? Like, it's really important how we hold our physical space, because that's tied to our root chakra, and that is the foundation for our spiritual path of enlightenment. Essentially, we have to start at the root, at the base, and our home is a part of that. That's amazing about the necklaces. I know, isn't that so crazy? Our family on the other side don't speak in linear fashion like we do. So yes, they came to you. Yeah, it is so interesting. Like, we have to pay attention to those gentle nudges, because they just, like, even when they don't make sense, they're for a reason. Okay, practice feng shui, create a sacred space. Anything else? This is literally lesson 1 in Shine School. Every card from the Shine from the Inside Oracle is a lesson out of Shine School. And the reason why create a sacred space is one of the first lessons in module 1 is because if we don't have that space that we feel comfortable, then we never create a habit of that self-care, of that daily practice where we show up consistently to connect with our soul. And if we don't have that space, then we're not, it's like one more obstacle in the way of creating that. And already this world is so busy with social media notification distractions, with like people are always fast paced, go, go, go. And it's like, it's already hard enough to slow down and connect with our souls. So if we don't have a space where we are invited to do that, where we go into the habit, like as soon as I smell incense burning, I'm like, meditation, like everyone be quiet. I'm like going into my zone. It's like the physical ritual and symbolism, like that physical scent actually like kickstarts that, like, oh, I'm going into like Zen mode. So it's like when people put on their workout shoes or their workout gear, you're automatically like more apt to feel like wanting to work out because you're one step closer to that goal of making it happen, right? But if you stay in your PJs all day and you don't change, then you're never gonna work out, right? Can you guys relate? Do you understand where I'm going with this one? Okay, what else? So yeah, it's one of the first lessons in Shine School, because if you don't have a place where you feel comfortable getting close, like self-discovery isn't an easy job. Like, it is shining light on your darkness. That's literally what it is. And so it's not going to be like kittens and rainbows all the time. So we need to create a safe and comfortable sacred space. And we need to know that we're not getting bogged down with like house chores so that we're skipping our self-care because of excuses like laundry or I need to clean this or do that. I remember when I first started my yoga practice, this was big. This was a big ego identification for me. I was doing 15 minutes of yoga only. Physically, I could do an hour or more of yoga, but mentally I could only last about 15 minutes before I was like thinking about this next thing and doing this next thing. And I remember specifically when I realized I needed to up my yoga game was when I was in downward dog and I heard my internal voice say, I can't be doing this shit right now. I said, what shit? She said, this yoga stuff. And I said, why not? She said, because I've got to do the laundry. And that's when I upped my yoga game from 15 minutes to 30 minutes because I don't even do the laundry. So I knew that was just another distraction, that my mind was recognizing that the ego was losing control and I was starting to step more into like discovering my soul on a deeper level and moving past the barriers and the limits of the thinking mind and the stories that we tell ourselves. So when I identified that story, that's when I knew it was time to up my game. So declutter, decorate. Now is the perfect time with the changing seasons. Bring in some new candles with like fresh scents of like woods and pine. So it activates like that remembrance that with the trees changing, it's time for us to shed what no longer positively serves us in our life. Happy birthday, Haley Edge. Happy 33rd. A little shout out to you, my friend. And I'm going to pull the last card for the week. Oh, I just love this card so much. You are perfectly beautiful. This is a card and a reminder that just like the, unleash your inner unicorn, you are unique and you are not to be compared to anybody. Even if you're an identical twin, you're not identical. Like your personalities, your tastes, your preferences, your style, everything is different. So it's really important to recognize that there's no standard of perfection. There's no standard of beauty. Although magazines or social media may make you feel like there is, that is not the case. And it's not true for everyone. If there was a photograph of every type of person that exists on this planet, there would be no like average. There would be no set like, this is what the perfect human looks like, because we're all so unique and so different. So it's really, this card is about owning your authentic uniqueness. It's like owning those differences and accepting the ones that you can't change, because we're all inherently born with things that we wish we could change about ourselves. But if we can't change it, then we have to accept it. We only have those options. So let me ask you this. Is there something that you're struggling to accept about yourself, whether it be your body or a certain feature, or even like a personality trait that you're struggling to deal with? Let me know in the comments below, because when we identify the thing that we are struggling with, or the thing that we can't accept, or that we don't love about ourselves, that awareness gives room for change. So it's all about, again, shining light on our darkness. So being comfortable with telling ourselves the truth. And my truth was I didn't like my teeth. My truth was that I didn't like my body, that my butt was too big, and blah, 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 blah. We all have these stories, right? So if we can be honest with ourselves and say, you know, I don't love this part about myself, we can either then move into the next step, and that is acceptance, or what can I do to make a change? Well, I did something about my butt, started doing squats, you know what I mean? And my teeth, I went and had some dental work and like did the best that I could, and now I've just come to accept that these are the teeth I was given. And most people would be like, you're freaking crazy. Actually, every person is like, you're freaking crazy. So we all have these things, right? And yeah, we're a little bit crazy, but when we can identify that about ourselves and accept it, then it becomes a little bit easier to disengage from that being the truth of your reality. Elizabeth says, what do you recommend to help with finding your specific calling? Doing my clean beauty makeup, but feeling like it's not exactly it. I'm just waiting for it. So here's the thing. It's all about exploring. Like, you know the direction that you're wanting to go. Maybe the clean beauty is a stepping stone to getting you to have deep conversations about some specific topic with the clients that you're attracting. For example, when I first started doing hair, I knew that I wanted to do hair. I had no idea that it would lead to what I now call my soul path and mission of empowering women. It started with hair, and now it's with words, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't get so hard, like caught up on like, what is my next step? I don't feel like this is it. Just keep exploring, follow those things that feel good within the clean beauty. Now that you've found that you love clean beauty, can you find an even deeper layer within that category that you're most interested in? Is it the production of it? Is it talking to the clients? Is it helping them overcome a problem and educating them about something? Where specifically are you finding that you're really jazzed about like clean beauty specifically? You know, for me doing hair, like my passion isn't doing men's hair. My passion is doing women's transformation. So someone that wants to make a big change in their life, and most women start with their hair because they feel like they control it. They can control it. They either start with food, right? And we eat it because we can control it, or they come to me and get their hair done because they feel like they have a sense of control over that change when massive changes are happening in their life. And no need to wait for your calling. Just keep exploring. Just keep asking questions like, what's the next step? Like, what is that next piece of, or like, what's that next skill set that I can learn? Also having trouble with finding my calling, same as above. Your calling is to feel joy. Your calling is to be here and to shine a light. And the way that we do that is, here's another lesson in Shine School, is to find things that light us up. Like, what do you enjoy doing? How do you, like, if you were CEO of a high-level Fortune 500 company, but you showed up stressed, angry, worried, always like, you know, like you could imagine like that kind of energy. Or if you were a stay-at-home mom who loves to bake cakes, but you showed up every day feeling joyful and thankful that you're alive, and you love baking cakes and it's so much fun to create and put passion into the world. Out of those two things, humans and society will tell you that the CEO is worthy and living their passion and like doing like what they're meant to do. But on a spiritual scale, you'll find that when we can contribute joy, I always say joy is the new currency. When we can contribute joy to the conversation, that is when we are living our purpose. It doesn't necessarily show up in what you're doing. I'm a hairdresser, a psychic medium, a photographer, a life coach, oh my God, I could go on forever. Like, I do so many things, but that's not my calling. That's not my purpose. All of our purpose is the same. It's to feel joy. It's to express love and peace and harmony and creativity. But the way that you do that looks different from the way that I do that. So it's really about, not about finding your calling, but like finding what lights you up. What do you love to do? How can you start to show up with more love and excitement and passion for life and gratitude for life? You could be a makeup artist, you could be a therapist, you could be a hairapist, you could do, it doesn't matter what you do. You could be a garbage man, you could be a stay-at-home mom, a single mom, it doesn't matter. You could be a dog walker, you could do whatever the hell you want to do. That's the cool part. That's the freedom that I help women unlock when we work together. Is like, what is that thing you love to do, and how can we turn that into a business? Because that's the next part of the system. Beautiful reading this week, stepping into power, accepting ourselves, trusting ourselves. Yes, girl. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I am going to cut this a little bit short because I am going live inside the Shine Tribe Sisterhood tonight at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time for the last live Shine Spotlight, where I am interviewing Shauna from the Bohemian Blonde, where she's going to be talking about how she escaped the 9-to-5 and quit climbing the corporate ladder so she could pursue her spirited, like heartfelt, soulful callings, right? And so now she has an online course that she has created called Boho Business School, teaching women how to find that thing that they can turn into a business. So it's been so fun. I've been coaching her over the last 90 days, and to see her progress and her change from, having some of those fears and doubts that come up for entrepreneurs when starting over again or leaving a corporate structure and having to like be the boss of your own business, right? It comes with responsibility. So I'm super jazzed to interview her tonight for the Shine Spotlight. It's happening inside my private Facebook group, Shine Tribe Sisterhood. So I hope that you can catch us live at 6 o'clock tonight Central Standard Time, where we're going to be talking about jumping off the corporate ladder, spreading our spiritual wings, and trusting that we will be provided for on the way down. And like I said, this is the second six-figure business that I've created, and the two commonalities between those two businesses is that I had a huge passion for what I was doing, because if you don't have passion, you will burn out. And I feel like so many people quit before they actually hit their stride. So what's most important is really finding, what do I love to do? How do I love to show up and contribute in the world? And then getting smart with a practical plan on how to turn that into a business, because literally everything can be turned into a business. Not all of your passions and hobbies need to be a business. Again, we're all multi-passionate. So it's really about honing in and finding what is the one that would help to contribute and create a financial base. For me, doing hair was that first practical step, and then it transitioned into many other businesses. So I hope that you guys loved this message. Yes, I'll watch later. Thank you so much, Anne. So if you're not in the Shine Tribe Sisterhood, then you definitely want to join, because we're going live in like 8 minutes. So I should hop off of here. If you know a soul sister who would love this message, this is a really powerful one for women who are wanting to go into business for themselves, but maybe are struggling with a little bit of courage to bust through the fears that are going to take you outside your comfort zone. This is literally everything that I teach inside Shine School. And this is everything that I have put into the Shine from the Inside Oracle. It's like trusting the universe, believing in yourself, and taking care of yourself, most importantly. It's about reclaiming your power, because you are divine and you are meant to shine. So thank you so much for joining me here, and I will catch you guys on Friday for the Elevated Life series. Peace.